Hello everyone, how are we doing? I'm fine, I hope you are too. We picked up a few more subscribers recently. It's been a little over a week since I made a video. Really haven't been doing that much programming. Still testing Tales of Suburbia. The save feature, I finally got it to work correctly, so we're saving screen items, current screen items, and points, and what was the other thing? In position of the character. Okay, so you can just quit at any time and restore your game, and you'll be at the same position, same points, same items, same screen. Make the game a lot easier. I got bored with that, and so I've been trying to come up with the easiest way to get um, the easiest way for me to get CoCo Ultimate working. I put a ton of work into making the title screen. Uh, and then if anybody out there has a good idea of a folk song that would work well with that title screen, um, let me know. Otherwise, I'll have to dig one up. But it needs some music on that title screen. Then we're gonna go into game, and it was split up into like a fight box, and then I have an overworld, and then there's, I think that's it, just the overworld and the fight box, and we have the health bars on there, and the title screen. I gotta tie this all in together somehow, and it's not easy to do. I've been trying to come up with a platform for this that will make it easier. And I have to get back to where I was like a year and a half ago or whenever that was. It's quite a while ago when I did the P Mode 1 rendition. And to be fair, let me show you that real quick. Um, I'm ready to go with something else, but just to be fair, let's find that if I can find it. I have so much garbage on here. I need to organize this somehow. I have thousands of programs that I've written over a course of 3 years or so, and I just keep adding more and more to this, and so I need to find exactly where the heck I have this stored. Let's try loading this and running this. Okay, so this was my original game plan. It was on P Mode 4, right? High res. It looks really good. The snakes I didn't like, so I changed them. But then I ported it to P Mode 1 because I wanted colors. And so this is what I had. And I don't remember how to control this. Oh yeah, you move your characters one by one, and then the enemies move one by one, and you can either advance or attack or cast a spell. And I can't cast for some reason here. I don't think it's coded in there for some reason. We'll look at it after, but this is as far as I got, and I had to get back to this logic scheme. It's not easy to do. This is the one that I like. This is the one that I was favoring, okay, because it's like a chess game versus, you know, and then we go through what happens. We're taking damage and so on. Snake strikes fighter 2, takes 1 damage. snake strikes, you know, wizard 1 takes 1 damage and so on. And I don't, for some reason I can't cast right now. It's not in here for some reason. That was it. I must have taken it out. So that was my original idea. Now let me load back up. And I am using a tape emulator, okay guys? I know some people don't agree with that, but this is my channel and this is what I'm doing. I'm not learning disk anything because I don't have time for it. It doesn't make any difference at all. To tell you the truth, it's just it really doesn't. But we're not going to get into that. I'm going to get back into loading this up here, and we're going to take a look at. So the purpose of this video is, like I'm going to have in the description here. Right now I'm doing animations on the text screen, but I'm not using PCOPY. I'm not using PSET. I'm not using preset, which is another way of doing it. Set, preset. Those, you can use these in the animations. I'm not using any of these. I'm not using PCLS, and I'm not using get input. So how am I animating on the screen? These are the only ways that you can do it, right? Well, there's another way. These are there's a fifth way. Eventually, PCOPY is the best when you want to maintain a background. Okay, that's really what that's for. Preset and reset is another way where you can set and reset pixels. It's in the book. But that way, and you can do it with lines too. But the problem with that is you're going to be, I mean, depending on your sprite, there could be 25 pixels, and you want to identify every one of those pixels each time and reset them. That's just a pain. If you're doing a line, I would use that, but not pixelated sprites. Then we have PCLS, which is bad because it clears the whole screen. You lose whatever else was on the screen, and then it blinks all the time. And then get input, well, you know, that only makes for square patches, and that'll leave holes in your background if you don't use PCOPY. And it's square, and unless you know how to reverse mask, which most people have no idea. I've done it, but only with you know, it took a lot of I had to take a lot of direction on it because it doesn't make a lot of sense in the book. It doesn't cover it at all. So unless you know how to use reverse masking, this isn't that great either, unless you want a box around your character, which I don't really mind. I've done it in my games, Ghost Saga and Tales of Suburbia, but you know, you do have a box around your character. Some people don't like that. So I don't want to say I've invented this technique, but I've never seen it anywhere else. What I do is I use a drawstring eraser. So for instance, if we draw like wizard $, okay, we're going to draw a wizard $. This is a lot easier to do in P mode 4 because all you have to do is change the color. You admit, like wizard, for instance, wizard $, the string can include a color, but it doesn't have to. So you would keep the color out and just have your draw directions in here. And then when you went to draw, and again, I'm trying to be an educational resource here. I don't know what level people are on, but so you would if you're, and I'm not in high res, but if you were, you would draw, you would draw, you know, now I can't remember how to do this. You would insert the color, then plus, and then your wizard $sign. That's how I was doing it on the previous screen that you just saw, where the characters were in the chest setup. I was just using a string eraser, and just by using color 1 and color 0, it would either make the character appear or disappear. I'm going to get into that a little more, but I think this is what you do. If that doesn't work, I think you might try putting, and I can't remember this right offhand, you might put it in quotation marks. If that didn't work, and then have your string here. And so it would have the color first and then the string, but this was, I didn't realize that now that we have colors, we can't do that, because like my picks, let's run this for a minute here. So for instance, here's the wizard from, this is the color version, or the P mode 1 version of what you just saw, and the wizard was a lot smaller. Now he's a lot, like twice as big almost, but as you can see, my spray has a lot of color in it. We have his clothes, you know, and then his, you know, anything that's like exposed skin is this orangish color. So we only have 4 colors to work with here, and the background is taking up one of them. So I really only have 3 colors to work with, and then his magic wand, okay, is another color, so we can't use that technique. I'll show you what I do use. It's very similar. So now if I hit the space bar, I'm going through my sprites, and I draw them up in the corner here, and I analyze them. Like, this is the snake now, and I hit the space bar and I go through different areas of the program. And so now we're not using PCLS, PSET, preset, get put, or the other one that I mentioned that I don't remember what that was. I think PCOPY. We're not using any of those. So how am I animating? And this is the snake. He's coming up to attack the snake here. And I'm going to stop right there. You can see how much smaller the snake is than the figure. And my fighter is even bigger than this guy, and he's carrying a huge sword. So, what the reason for this is not, the reason I started doing this is to get reacclimated with the code that it takes to do a battle chess kind of thing here, technique, and the code is different from other codes that I've used, so I have to reacclimate myself with it and get it to work so it's functioning. And the snake has a rattle right here. You can see that's the purplish color, and then his body's white, and he has a head, like an orange head type thing. And right now I'm doing this so that I can come up with something that's going to work in this game. And to tell you the truth, I thought that I was just going to walk away from this because it's just a lot of work, but I want to get it at least partially working. The other game's not even finished yet, Tails. The more I focus on that, the farther away I get from making this, and I want to focus on this for now. That other game is just huge. There's, 5 game tape, save tape, and a boot tape, something like that. And I mean, there must be 6,000. There's about 1,500 lines. I don't know. There's thousands of lines of code. This I'm not going to get. This I want to make more condensed, more manageable. The other game's a huge adventure game. This is more of an action adventure, role playing. I mean, this is a role playing game. Excuse me, not an adventure game, a role playing. So I can move this character anywhere, okay? Uh, and so I have, now the next step that I have to do is I need to get the snake to move independently around the screen. And he's not going to pursue my character, but he's gonna wander around the screen, okay? If you've ever played Ultima, Exodus, any of the Ultimas, they changed their strategy for each game. It was different, the setup. But for Ultima Exodus, for the NES, you weren't pursued by the character, the enemy, but it wandered around the screen, and if you made contact, then you would morph into the chess-like fight box, and it would be a turn-taking thing, that's what you do in role-playing. If you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, which I really didn't, but it used to be popular, you would roll dice and take turns, and so that's where that came from. And there were also dungeons, 3D dungeons, and I don't think I'm going to get into that, but who knows. But let's just stop here for right now. The next thing I have to do is get this guy to independently move around the screen. If I wanted to have him pursue my guy, I would have to come up with an algorithm for that. And right now, I haven't figured one out yet that works, but I can get him to move around the screen independently. So that's my next step. And I wanted to show you how I did this, at least, so you know. So I defined the sprite. We're just going to look at the magician. You can see it on line 4. I define magician $sign with colors, okay? I just can't, there's no, because I have different colors in here, it won't work just changing from 0 to 1 like in high res mode. So what I have to do is I have to make an eraser string. So I do that by magician subscripted by 2. I label it as an eraser, and I use the background color with the same coordinates to draw the magician, but without the other colors. So when I draw this in the last position, what happens is if we go here to the what the heck is it? The joystick. That's where it's embedded. We go to the joystick, and what happens is when I move the joystick, there's a lot going on here, but basically I have to find the last position, and then I draw the eraser string over the existing magician, and then the coordinates change, and then we draw the magician in his next placing. And so the next thing I have to do is make a snake eraser so the snake can move around the screen, and it doesn't conflict with anything. It doesn't conflict with anything else on the screen besides the background. And eventually I'll have to work PCOPY into it because there will be things in the background. So imagine this with grass or rocks on the ground or whatever, but there's going to be things on the ground, so I'll have to work PCOPY, and then I won't have a box around the character at all because none of these pixels are being filled in, so it's going to eliminate get input altogether. I won't need to use it. So we don't have to worry about the reverse masking, slowing it down, and just the cumbersome nature of reverse masking. It won't even be a problem at all because I'm not using get input. So I'm going to end this here. Hope you guys continue to watch, and Thank you, Coco Nation, for your continued coverage every week of my videos. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys going out of your way to promote my channel, and I hope that one day I can be a guest on your show. I hope this channel continues to grow, and the main thing is I want the messages to pick back up, which they did finally. Past video or two, we've had new subscribers and lots of comments, and I live for that stuff. I love to hear what you guys are thinking, so hit me up on this one. I hope I get tons of messages. If anybody has any questions about this process that I'm covering, let me know. If you don't understand it, I can include a description, the code that I'm using in the description. I'm not going to place it there right now because I'm in a hurry, but if anybody needs it, I'll put it there for you and let you know it's there. Other than that, I think we're done right now, and take care, and we're going into a new year. Tomorrow is January 1st, 2024. I can't believe how fast time goes by sometimes, I started messing around with this in 2020, and the channel came probably in 2021, middle of 2021, something like that, where I finally had success with the channel, because at first it didn't work. So I've been going strong for a few years now, and I don't know. So take care, and everybody have a happy new year, and I'll see you in the new year with more videos. Bye. Thank you.